we got Vanish issue 4, and this is the final issue of this arc. So off top, Battery's just beating up Oliver, and Oliver is having an inner dialogue with himself. And he's saying that you would think he'd be tired of getting beat up by these so-called superheroes, but he's just been getting beat up since the day he was born. Now Battery is telling Oliver to stay down, and that he doesn't want to fight. Then Oliver says to himself that all he has ever known is violence. And violence solves everything, and that violence will set you free. This man Oliver won't smoke with anybody. It don't matter who it is. Like, he bout it. He bout that life. So now Oliver is saying that people say that Battery is invulnerable. And Battery said he can just destroy him with a flick of the wrist. And Oliver, being the savage he is, he like, bro, let's find out. He will just wax him. And if you look close, Oliver knocked Buddy jaw off.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Then Battery grabs Oliver and tells him that he's going to have to do a lot better than what he's doing to beat him. Now Oliver is being told by Battery that he has the right to be mad at everything that has happened in his past. But Oliver is like,
fuck you!
Then Battery starts to crush Oliver, and he tells him that no child should ever fight the wars of men, because he was a kid fighting Vanish in the Hollows. That part was crazy. Now Battery is like, if you just keep on going on fighting like this, then out of nowhere, Battery just gets stabbed through the head by Oliver's magic. Now Battery falls into the water. Then Oliver grabs Battery, and it turns out it was a woman in there the whole time. Like, I thought it was this big brolic dude within this like big old machine thing. And it's revealed that her name is Ayana Kavia. She like, you maniac, saying that you just stabbed the old woman. But Oliver like, bro, I don't care. And Oliver says that she was the darkest magician within the Everkeep, and she was Vanish's ex-lover. And he starts to drown her. Now Oliver is saying that she had to do some crazy things to obtain the dark magic that she has. And as he drowns her, he drains her magic. And he says it feels profound, euphoric, and perfect. Now we cut to Oliver's best friend, Dustin, and he gets a phone call from Eleanor. And Halcyon asks if he's gonna get it because it seems important. Now reminder, back in issue 3, the twins were talking to Oliver about Halcyon and how powerful he was. Then he showed up at the end of issue 3. Bro pulled up on Dustin right after one of his shows. That was crazy. So off top, Dustin is telling Halcyon that he don't know where Oliver is. And Halcyon tells Dustin that he knows who he is and where he's been at for a while. And he says that Dustin is no threat. But Halcyon just wants to know where Oliver lives at. But he doesn't know because Eleanor placed concealment spells around their house. Now Halcyon is telling Dustin, we just want to find him. We don't want to hurt him. We just want to tell him some stuff. But then Dustin cuts him off, saying he isn't afraid of him. And he tells him that he's done being afraid of magic stuff. And that even if he did know where Oliver was, he wouldn't tell him. Now Halcyon slams Dustin against the wall. And Halcyon is like, maybe I should reintroduce myself. But Dustin is like, I know who you are. And Dustin starts to say who he is. He's like, you're Halcyon, leader of the Hollows. But Halcyon like, nah, my real name. And Halcyon's real name is Astrum Diabolus. And he is the scourge of the Everkeep. And he was Vanish's judge, jury, and executioner. Now Halcyon is provoking Dustin. He like, yeah, I see that hate in your eyes. Then Dustin just blasts him out the room. You can't be out here provoking people because you don't know what they gonna do. Now Halcyon probably has some type of invulnerability because he like, yo, I felt that. And he asks Dustin where he get it from, but Dustin like, magic tricks are for idiots and children. Now he tells Halcyon to get up. He ready to scrap. Now Halcyon flies towards Dustin. He tells him like, yo, I understand the hatred that you have for me. No, you don't, bro. Shut up. And he also said he had to make the right or wrong choice. Now he flies through the building with Dustin just going crazy. He says that he don't care about Baron Vanish. He said he ain't care about him. And he said it's no secret that he did it. And he said it came down to Baron Vanish or the headmaster Orin. Now Halcyon is basically saying that Orin brought all the kids into the war. Then he asked Dustin, or did you want to be in a war with old men? And we see Dustin's phone fall out of his pocket. And Halcyon tells Dustin that he's giving him a chance to make his own decision. And he asks him, what will it be, right or wrong? Now we cut back to Oliver. Man's laughing like a maniac, and he's saying all his synapses in his brain is firing. Then he said, "Don't last," and he gets stole on. And it was Ayana who hit him. And I thought that he killed her, and he did too. And she looking crazy. She said it was a two-way street with that energy transfer. Then Oliver realizes that everything about her was true, and she made communes with the darkness. She was saying it was forced on her and that Vanish used her. But then Oliver cuts her off like, bro, use a whole demon. Then Ayana tells Oliver that what she just felt in him, she hasn't felt in decades. And she tells Oliver that him and the world are in serious danger. Then Oliver is accusing her of bringing Vanish back and that he saw what happens. Then Ayana says that she's not the one bringing him back. Now when she said that, I'm like... Now Ayana is like, there are forces at play that we can't control. But I'm just like, what if Oliver is bringing back Vanish indirectly and unintentionally? Then Ayana says she doesn't know how far Halcyon is going to take it. And we see Dustin getting stolen on by Halcyon. Then Ayana tells Oliver that he should just run, not for his sake, but for his loved ones. Now Halcyon is beating up Dustin in the sky, and Dustin is bloody. Then we see his phone has fell to the ground and it's ringing. Then we come back to Ayana talking, and she says that Oliver doesn't seem to be able to stop. And she asks Oliver, does he wonder why? Then Halcyon just blitzes so fast through this building with Dustin, causing an explosion. And Dustin's phone is still ringing. Then we see Halcyon just standing over Dustin's bloody body. Now Ayana asks Oliver what's driving him to do all this, and whether if he's in control of himself or not. Now we come back to Oliver and Ayana, and he says that he can't let her do this. And she said it don't matter if he kills her because she was sent there as a diversion, and that the best course of action was to go after Eleanor, his wife, just to take her hostage until Oliver stops. And she says, lucky for us, you're never home. And Oliver gets pissed and he just obliterates her, sending her to the shadow realm. Now we come back to Halcyon and Dustin, and Halcyon is telling Dustin that this is his last chance to tell him where Oliver lives, and that if he does, he'll be free and he'll wipe his mind of everything that just happened. And Halcyon says that everybody will live happily ever after, and what else is magic good for? And Dustin is trying to speak, but he can barely get it out. Then Halcyon tells him to speak up. Then Dustin just spits blood on him. I'm like, oh yeah, savage. And Dustin like, F magic, bro. He like, forget all that. Then Halcyon annihilates Dustin, destroying his body while doing so. This dude Halcyon said he was a waste. And RIP Dustin, man. Now Halcyon tells one of the Prestige members that he deleted Dustin because he protected Oliver. Then he sees the phone ringing, and he asks if he can get a trace on the number. Then it shows Oliver and Eleanor's home. I'm like, nah, bro, something finna happen. And she chilling and the phone was ringing. She picks it up and she sees that it's Dustin. And she answers it like, hello? And I don't know what she's hearing on the other side of the phone. And she says his name, like wondering if it's him. And I'm assuming she hears something because she says, is that you, Deacon? And we see Battle Rocket has shown up at their house. Bruh, that cliffhanger was crazy. I'm just like, nah, that's crazy. But the next arc begins in March, from what I know. So, hey, man, we're going to get more Vanish then. Hit that like and subscribe button, man. I'll catch you on the next one. God bless. I'm out.